Hey, what's up, guys? Cody here with Snipe and Score Productions. Today we're gonna do our first ever franchise mode slash GM mode. I'm not actually gonna do like a franchise mode like with the new settings, so you could do like concession stands and stuff like that, because I've watched like other YouTubers like Tobu and stuff like that, and it seems like a lot of people don't really like seeing the financial aspect of the game, so like setting prices of pizza and fountain pop for concessions, that sort of stuff. So we're just gonna do like a GM mode from like last year's. And for the GM mode, I decided we're gonna do the New York Islanders, and the reason is because they're like an in-between team. Some years they do really well and some years they don't. Also, they haven't won a Stanley Cup since like 1984. They actually won 4 Stanley Cups in a row from 1980 to 84. And then they also went to the finals in 1985 or 84-85, but lost to the Edmonton Oilers. So I thought they would be a good team to do. Anyways, here's what our stuff is. So top players on our roster, obviously John Tavares, Travis Hamonic, and Johnny Boychuk. And the rest of the stuff doesn't really matter because we're not going to be doing a full franchise mode. We're going to just be doing the normal GM mode. So turn owner mode off. Also, guys, I bought a new blue snowball ice, so I'm testing it out for the first time. So let me know if my commentaries are good with this, and I'll keep using it, obviously. CPU trades we want to keep on. Fantasy draft off. Morale meetings we'll keep on. Salary cap we'll keep on. We'll keep waivers on. And then assistant coach lines, I'll turn that off because I like to set my own lines, and I'll have you guys also help me out with lines and that sort of idea. Okay, so now on to like the rules and settings. We don't have to change much. I'm gonna change the period length to 20 minutes, so it's an actual kind of simulation. And then I'm also going to, I'm going to put the difficulty to superstar, because I'm not going to be playing, so it's not like I'm going to be losing every single game. I'll be like simulating games. Yeah, that's good. Trade difficulty we're going to put to hard, so it's harder to make trades, so it's more realistic. Waivers are going to stay on, and yeah, that's good for that. I might as well save it as a preset. And it's just so if I do another franchise mode eventually, I could just load that preset instead of having to do this all the time. So we're gonna just call it franchise. Okay, and there you go. And advanced settings, anything we need to change here. Auto rotate goalies we'll leave on. The rest of that's good. Meeting notification, I'll turn that on, just so that way we are up to date with morale. And yeah, that's good. So let's start up our New York Islanders GM mode. Also, our AHL affiliate is the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, so maybe they'll have some decent prospects down there. I think they do. I think they have like Josh Hosang maybe and stuff like that already. If not, Josh Hosang's in the OHL still, so once it loads up, there you go. Okay, so in this episode, I'm gonna just probably go through like our lines and rosters and stuff like that, and then you guys could let me know what you want to see for lines and stuff like that, and then we'll do that for preseason, real sim preseason, and like half the season maybe next episode, and then like next episode trade deadline, that sort of stuff. Pretty much the same format as what 2BC does and that sort of idea. Okay, so let's see. Main roster. Let's go centerman. So here's the only centerman on our team. So we got John Tavares, obviously, who's a 93 overall. So we have a really good center. But then after that, it looks like it drops off quite a bit with Cizikas and Grabovski being 82s. Cizikas is listed as a high top 9 forward, but he's 25, so he's gonna stop growing probably by the time he's 27. And then Grabowski's already reached his best, I guess, because he's 32. So he's going to retire probably in the next 5 years or so, or maybe even less. Left wingers, we got Andrew Ladd, who signed with the Islanders during this offseason. He's making like $5.5 million for the next, looks like 7 years, which is pretty crazy. That would take him till he's 37. Personally, I don't know if he'll play till he's 37. So we might want to trade him after like 3 or 4 years, just because I do not want to hold on to that salary. Anyways, other than Andrew Ladd, we have Anders Lee, who is making 3.75 for the next 3 years. He's already 26, so he's probably reached his max potential. We got Josh Bailey, who's 83. He's making 3.3 mil for the next 2 years. Jason Chimera is 37. So I would like to move Jason Chimera, even though he's a really good penalty killer. It's just, he's way too old. Like, he's going to retire more than likely after the end of the season. And he's making 2.25 mil. Like, I don't want to be paying another 2.5 mil pretty much for an entire season. Let's see, Nikolai Kuhlman is 30 and he's an 83 overall. So yeah, I'd rather keep like Kuhlman over Chimera. Kuhlman's making 4.9 for the next 2 years. That would take him till he's 32. Maybe we could find a replacement eventually for him. And then there's Shane Prince, who is making $850,000 for the next 2 years. Kind of like a minor league deal, but it's one way. So we could potentially just put him back in the minors, because he's a 79, so he's not good enough to really make the team. He might be like a healthy scratch some nights. So on to right wingers, they got Brock Nelson and Ryan Strome, both with medium top 6 potentials. And they're both 85 overall, almost the exact same age too, 23 and 24. So these two guys are like our key for now, for like the future for wingers, or right wingers at least. So Brock Nelson's making 2.5 mil, and Ryan Strome's only got 1 year left on his minor league deal, which is $865,000. And he's actually got a 2-way contract, but he'd go through waivers if we wanted to send him down, but I don't think we'd ever want to send him down anyways. And then we have P.A. Parento, who's 33 years of age and 83 overall for 1 year, so like we could just keep Parento for the entire year. I don't mind doing that. And then Cal Clutterbuck is also on a 1 year deal, or well, he has 1 year left on his contract, almost at 3 mil. So I think after this year we get rid of Cal Clutterbuck. Like, he's 28, so he's still decently young. Like, he's not 35 or something like that. So I'd rather release him though, because he's not gonna turn out to be anything much better, and he wants like $3 million. That's kind of too much to pay for a like 4th line forward. Anyways, onto the defensive core. We got Johnny Boychuk, who's making $6 million for the next 6 years, which is kind of crazy because he's an 88 overall, which is really, really good, but he's 32 years of age, which means this contract would take him till he's 38, and I don't know if he'll be playing till he's 38, probably till he's like 36 or 37, which means that we should probably get rid of his contract like in 3 years or so. Like, we could keep him for now, but like eventually we should try and get rid of him, because I don't want to be paying another $6 million to a guy who's retired. And then we also have Travis Hamonic, who's a medium elite and 88 overall as well. So that's a good young defenseman, still 26. So, and he's signed for the next 4 years at almost $4 million. So that should be good for now. We might have to re-sign him in a few years, or we could find somebody else, but that would take him till he's 30, so in his prime pretty much. Nick Leddy also is a medium elite, 87 overall, and he's 1 year younger than Travis Hamonic. He's 25. He's making 5.5 for next, how many years? 4, 5, 6 years as well, at 5.5 mil. So Nick Leddy is like locked up pretty much long term till he's like 31. So I think we could keep him pretty much for the entire contract, his entire contract. Anyways, then on to Thomas Hickey. He's 83 with the 27, or he's 27 years old. He's an exact top 6D, and he's making 2.2 mil for 2 years. I don't know if I want to be paying him like that much money for an 83 overall defenseman. Like, he's not really that good, so we might eventually get rid of him. Like, because like we need to play our young guns like Ryan Pulock and Adam Pelech. We also have Calvin DeHaan, who's a low top 60. He's 82 overall and 25, so he could still grow a tiny bit, but I don't see him growing much more with that potential. He's only making under $2 million for the next year, so he might want a bigger contract next year. And then, as I was saying, Ryan Pulock, high top 6 defenseman, 21 years of age, so and already 80 overall, which means he's going to be on our team next year playing, which is really good. And he's making his minor league deal, which is $865,000 for the next 2 years. And then there's Adam Pelech, who's as high as 7th D, so he could potentially be like a depth guy for us, or he could like take Hickey's spot and we could trade Hickey. But the only problem is he's a 76 overall, so he's not an actual. He's probably not listed as an forward, or not a forward, a defenseman for us currently. He's 22 as well, so he's still young, which is nice. On to goalies, we got obviously Yaroslav Halak, who just lost the World Cup of Hockey yesterday to Team Canada. He played great until the end of it, pretty much, and then lost it. So, but anyways, he's making 4.5 mil for 2 years, which means it'd take him until he's 33. So, if we want, we could keep Halak for a while, or we could try and trade him and pick up a younger, better goalie, because I think he's got decent trade value. We'll check after this, but yeah, Halak. And then we have Thomas Greiss. He's making $1.5 million for the next year, so he's only on a 1-year deal, and he's 30 already and 82 overall, so he could be a potential trading asset as well, or we could just let him go to free agency. And then we got Jeff Berube, who's 73 and medium backup, but he's already 25, which means I don't know if he's going to be a goalie for us and all in the future, because I can't see a 25-year-old jumping up all the way to like an 83 by next year. So he could be just a minor league goalie or a scratch that replaces, like, say, Greiss or Halak when they get injured. Onto the in the system, in goalies, we have Christopher Gibson, I believe. Yeah, Christopher Gibson, medium backup. He's already 76. So he could be potentially our backup in a few years, like once Greiss is gone. Maybe next season even we could have Gibson as our backup to Halak. And then we also got Steven Williams, I think his name is. He's an AHL starter, so I don't think we'll be using him at all. And then we got Linus Soderstrom, who's a medium starter, 70 overall and 20 years of age, which means he's like maybe our future number 1 goalie for quite a few years. Like him and Gibson could be a tandem. On to defensemen, we got Scott Mayfield, who's a low 7th D. He's 76 overall, 23 years of age. I don't know if he'll make the team at all, because low 7th D, I think that's as good as low 7th Ds get usually, unless he becomes like a 78. And then we also have like Matt Finn, high HL top 2 defenseman, so I don't think he'll make the team. Burrows, Hansen's also low 7th D. Van de Sompel, he's not even on a contract yet, same with Hansen actually. They're both 7th Ds. And then we got Parker Witherspoon, who's a medium top 6 defenseman, so he could potentially play for us in a few years. We also have David Quenneville, who's an AHL top 2 defenseman as well, so I don't think he's going to be playing for us. But yeah, if you guys see potentials, like say David Quenneville is supposed to be way better than he's listed at in potential, just tell me to edit them and what to set them as in overall and certain stuff like that, so then that way it's more accurate. I've never actually edited players before, so I don't exactly know what to do. But we also have Josh Hosang on right wing, so he is signed, but if he's going to the CHL, he'd probably have to go back for another year. So I don't know if he could play on our AHL team this year. Probably not. But Josh Ho-Sang is a medium top 6 forward, so our future, like maybe second, first liner, right wing. 71 overall already and 20 years of age, so he's pretty good. And then we got Steven Kohlberg, who's a low bottom 6 forward. Or wait, no, it's not Steven Kohlberg. Sebastian Kohlberg, low bottom 6. I don't think he'll be on our team at all because he's 68. So, and then left wingers, we got Marc Andre Cliche, who's 79, but he's old. Same with Eric Bolton. Bolton's gonna retire after this year probably, as he does in most of my GMOs so far. So, and then we have Michael Dalcoli, who's a medium elite. So obviously he's our future left winger to play with John Tavares probably, as he's already 72 and 20 years of age. We also have Ross Johnson, who's AHL guy, and Koivula, who hasn't been signed, but he's also an AHL guy. So those guys probably won't make our team either. Center-wise, we have Bracken Hearns, who's way old, already 35, and he's just a minor league guy, so he's not going to make our team. Johan Sundstrom, he's a low top 9 forward, so he could potentially make our team, but he's already 24, so I don't know if he will. And we have Alan Quinn, who's high HL top 6 forward, 23 years of age, so he might potentially make our team. Like, I know in real life, he's like last year he played for the Islanders in the playoffs and stuff like that, but I don't know if he'll make our team or not in this. Ben Holmstrom is too old. Matthew Barzell's another guy that's our future. We got him. He's a center playmaker, so he could potentially take over John Tavares' role as the first line forward in a few years if he wants to keep with us. He's a low elite 68 overall and already 19. So, and then we got Anthony Beauvillier, who's also low top 6 forward, 67 overall and 19. So he's going to be pretty good as well. So we have a good prospect pool, it looks like. And let's see, anything else? No, nothing in the contract. So that's what our squad looks like currently. Now we'll go to the other lines to show you guys what the lines are automatically set at. Sorry if I'm sniffling a lot, it's because I have a bit of a cold right now, so... No, I do not want assistant coach. Okay, so what they automatically set it as is Ladd, Tavares, and Strome, Nelson, Cizikas, and Parento. Personally, I don't know if I'd want to have... If, like, I could change Nelson to Strome multiple times because they're the same overall, but the thing is, I might want to keep Strome up on the first line because Strome and Tavares, like, playmaker and sniper, that's a pretty good combo. And then you got the power forward in Andrew Ladd. But anyways, second line is with Parento and Cizikas and Brock Nelson. That line is a little low on, like, the center core, obviously. Like, look at this drop. It's a huge drop. I think one thing we need to target, though, if we make a trade during the trade deadline, is we need to look for a second line centerman. Just because this is not going to cut it having Casey Cizikas as a second line center. And Grabowski, like, could play as third line. We could have Cizikas on the fourth line, that sort of thing. And when we could have, like, Chimera on, like, a wing or something. Anyways, third line, Lee, Grabowski, and Bailey. We could always switch Lee with Parento because Lee has better potential and he's younger than Parento is, so we could potentially move them. And then on the fourth line, we have Nikolai Kuhlman, Chimera, Clutterbuck. Kuhlman is listed as the third line checking forward, so we could always put him up here and put Parento on the fourth line if we want to. And then, yeah, that's pretty much that. Defensively, as you can see, Boychuk and Himonek. What I would do, though, is I would split the two of these guys up because they're both defensive defensemen. And they're both, like, shoot the exact same way, and they're both 88 overall. What I would probably do is switch it like this, so Letty, the offensive defenseman, is playing with Himonek. Have Boychuk here, and then Hickey here, I guess, unless we trade him. And then Dahan and Pulak, and then, I guess, let's see, who's scratched? Yeah, Adam Pellish is scratched, so Adam Pellish could be like our depth guy for now. And then Berube is like a backup goalie. Well, not a backup goalie. Sorry, my throat. Berube is like a depth goalie for us, and then Shane Prince. I would like to play him, but like I could put him down to the minors because he's 23. So I like to see him grow, but I don't think he grows really much more than that. Goalies though, like it's Halak obviously and Grice. And let's go to, I'll show you the power play lines as well that are already set for us. So they have Ladd, Tavares, and Nelson, Hamonic and Leddy. And then Strome, Cizikas, Lee, Boychuk, and DeHaan. 4-man power play doesn't really matter that much. We'll go to the penalty kill. Cizikas and Bailey, which is pretty good because Cizikas has good defensive stats. Well, kind of good defensive stats. Same with Josh Bailey. And then Chimera obviously has good defensive stats, I think, as well. Yep, very good defensive stats, pretty much. And Nikolai Kuhlman, who does as well. So we have a decent penalty kill. It looks like already set for us. We could make some changes with that. Let me know, though. And anyways, let's go to the AHL lines just to show you. So Cliche with Sundstrom and Hosang. So I guess Hosang can play in the AHL this year, which is nice. So he'll be on our team probably within like 2-3 years, maybe. And we also have Michael Dalcoli with Bolton Quinn. I would probably put Dalcoli instead on the first line because Dalcoli, though, is a left winger. Hosang's a right winger to get those two playing with each other already, even though they're both playmakers. And then, just switch that like that. And then our second line, we have Cliche and Quinn as well. Justin Floric, Bracken Kieran, Sven Holmstrom, Sebastian Kohlberg, Jared Gomez, and Ross Johnson. Defensively, Kevin Churchman, I think it's pronounced as. We have him with Scott Mayfield, Kane LaFranchise, Matt Finn, Patrick Cullity, and Kyle Burrows. Those guys, we don't really have any good defensive prospects, it looks like, so that might be something we look at come the draft. We also have Christopher Gibson in that, and I don't want Stephen Williams in that either, because I'd rather give Linus Soderstrom some time to grow. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. And then scratched Andrew Rowe, Parker Milner, Connor Jones, Colin Makeson. I should play him probably, high HL top 6 forward. Josh Holmstrom, Tyler Barnes, Tanner Fritz, and there's Stephen Williams. So yeah, that's the HL lines. So what else should I do? I think that's pretty much it for this first episode. I might as well just show you guys what's on the trading block, or we send out our scout actually, just so we could get that all ready to go. So I'm gonna go to the OHL for forwards for a month. I'll do each place in Canada for a month on each like defense and stuff like that, because obviously Canada's the best place to draft prospects every year pretty much. And then let's see, I guess we don't need to really look at the trading block because there's nothing really probably on the trading block at the moment. But here's the available free agents if you guys see anybody that we could sign. Like there's James Wisniewski, Kurt Russell, Yuri Hudler, Dennis Seidenberg. I think actually signed with the Islanders in real life, so I might try and sign him for a 1-year deal just to make it more realistic. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. Sean Bergenheim, Radim Verbata, Kyle Quincy, Evgeny Medvedev, those type of guys. And then available in goaltenders, there is Ilya Brzgalov, but he's way too old. I don't really want him. There's Jonas Enroth as well, which is kind of weird. I don't know why he's listed as a free agent when he signed with the Leafs in real life. We have a high starter in Yoni Orshio who could be good, but I don't think he's going to grow much considering he's 25. Kari Ramo, Ray Emery, Thomas McCollum, Jeff Drouin des Laurier, I think his name is, and yeah, a bunch of other people. Okay, so those are the free agents. So if you guys see anybody that I should sign, let me know in the comments. And I know I don't have that much subscribers, so if nobody comments, then I might just make some moves on my own, or edit the lines myself, and then yeah, we'll be simming the preseason and the actual season next episode. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to do for this episode. So thanks guys for watching, and yeah, we'll see you with another video in the next couple days, probably. Maybe not next week because I'm working a lot, but maybe the following week. So look out for episode 2 coming soon.